lost him. And you know what? It was just about to get good, too. It was just getting good. We lost
Should
him.
we take the break and maybe he'll call back? I don't know.
You know what? We can take the break, and we can see if Ethan can reconnect with him, because I want to hear where he goes with that answer. I don't know. CJ, I'm just saying, we just started bringing up some deep stuff, and then it gets cut off. Is the Illuminati listening to the show? Just saying.
Welcome back to the show. 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
That's it. I'm going home.
Dang, man.
See ya.
I wouldn't even be on the air on any of our stations before 8 o'clock. I don't know where that came from. Reading, it's hard.
Well, I think when you have I'll say in all candor, when you're in a foreign country and a monkey in a diaper sitting on your head, you're asking for trouble.
Discussion can end there. That's right. It's a definitive statement on the issue. Now we move on.
So how many times have you thought about that was a bad idea that I had a monkey on my head since you had the monkey on your head?
Every time I go visit Dr. Pellegrino, my personal doctor. Do you know what it's like to tell your doctor that?
Well, yeah, Doc, I also had a monkey. Excuse me? Had a monkey on my head with a diaper on. I bet you that's the first time Dr. Ron has ever heard that one. He's probably heard a lot of things.
He's heard a lot. Yeah, Dr. Ron has.
He's one of the great West Virginians. He's up there from the Northern Panhandle.
He's awesome.
Tremendous.
Yeah, Dr. Ron. Good dude.
We were talking in my office a little earlier, and a phrase that Ryan used that I was really kind of gobsmacked over. He started a sentence with me. He said, "We were watching football on Thursday."
I know, he did the same thing to me. He did this. Is this like Earth 2?
I said, what?
He came back and started telling me about the Cowboys and the Chiefs game.
know,
And you
I
were
know.
watching the Lions game on
Yeah,
Thanksgiving Day.
Well,
What happened? What happened to our little Ryan?
Well, when my Uncle Bill and my Uncle Chris asked if I want to watch football with them, I don't say no.
Okay.
So,
Because I'm not I'm not a recluse anymore.
so if you have uncles that are big sports fans, do you get some creds? Are you like, hey, I'm actually you want to kind of sports show? It's syndicated.
Well, I don't.
Statewide.
Well, I don't want this to be a sports show.
Second game this season that Honors had 8 threes. Second time he's had 8 threes, and his coach has pulled him out with over 4 minutes to go.
You're up 40.
Yeah, but coach just does not want to see him get that record.
There may have been a discussion about that on exactly where he was in the number.
Did you let him know this time?
But there was a discussion about where he was with the number. But at the end of the day, Ross decided the juice not worth the squeeze there. With 3.5 minutes left is when he pulled him out after the timeout there. And that's a guy with a lot of minutes on his in his body. You need to rest him. But 2 out of 11, you got to think maybe he's going to approach that again. Here's what's wild. In those 2 games where he's just been one off of Alex Ruoff's record, he's now a combined 16 of 20 from 3 in those 2 games. So he didn't just make 8 threes, guys. He was 8 of 11 last night. He was 8 of 9 when he did it before. 16 of 20 combined in those 2 games.
Across this great state of West Virginia, welcome in high school game nights. I chuckle a little bit, folks, because it said early edition.
As compared to the
Only
rest
edition.
of the edition, yeah.
Yeah. Tonight is going to be interesting, to say the least.
10 seconds remaining.
Going to be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor.
3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
You had a moment of clarity about when it all started to make sense for you?
It did, because I didn't want to be a filmmaker growing up. I didn't even know what filmmaking was growing up. I used to watch Oprah and Katie Couric, and that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a journalist. Yeah. I wanted to be you. And I worked at West Virginia University's radio station, had a very thick accent. People would call in and make fun of me. And so I asked my roommates, my college roommates who were from Baltimore, to teach me how to talk differently.
Really?
Yeah. And it's a loss, I feel, from that. And it's probably one of the reasons why I love documenting people that are authentic. Like, I don't know if I'm authentic, but I think the people I find are very authentically who they are, and that's what draws me to them.
Live from West Virginia's capital city with news from across the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Ryan Nicholson, Stephanie Pauly, our producers today. Open line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK, 1-800-765-8255, or text 304-TALK-304. It's Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
Thursday afternoon, 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday. Brought to you by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number after the bottom of the hour. You can call us or you can text us. I already got a bunch of texts to get to. 304-TALK-304. I want to welcome into the show now Tourism Secretary Chelsea Ruby. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
You know, I was wondering because I said I've called you Tourism Secretary and Commissioner, and then 10 seconds before air I said, is it Commissioner or Secretary? I mean, it's Secretary, right?
I answered anything.
Okay, I'm going to give you a cool title like Commodore.
There you go.
Tourism Secretary Commodore.
Usually it's Mom.
There
So
you go.
I learned a long time ago when we started having kids that I just became Robert's mom, Caroline's mom,
Okay.
Thomas's mom. So, you know, I really answered anything.
And then so you have no identity, and then when they have kids, then you'll be so-and-so's grandmother or as we say in Southern West Virginia, mama, or whatever the case may be. So.
I hope that's a ways away.
hopefully. All right, so the 2026 West Virginia Tourism Guide is now out. Governor Morrissey, you were there along with him yesterday. Some tourism partners, lawmakers. The state's official travel magazine was revealed yesterday. Talk about the magazine in general and the popularity of such.
Yeah, so this magazine's really evolved over time.
You can hold it up to one of the cameras if you want so people can see it.
So this is it's a nice publication. We have it produced by the company that does travel and leisure and Southern Living. So we have somebody come in. It's a third party. They get to experience West Virginia and help us tell the stories. We love it. It is done really, really well over the last several years. It's the main thing that we give to people. So if somebody sees our digital ads anywhere, they click on our website, and this is what we're saying is, do you want a free vacation guide? So we send these out. It's 112 pages this year of just stunningly beautiful West Virginia content. And if you're living in West Virginia and you think, I've been to all the places, I've seen all the things, I can promise you that you will get this book in the mail. They're free, and you will find something new, something that you've never done.
Now, somebody asked, we had a text about the books, where to get them.
Yep. You go to wvtourism.com. You just give us your address, and we mail them to you. They're free. And again, they're really like we've made them much nicer. It's almost like a coffee table piece. It's something you're going to want to hang, keep around your house.
How do you decide what goes in it? Because West Virginia's got a lot of pretty things to look at. How do you decide what goes in it?
Yeah, so that's the hardest part. So I've only got 112 pages, and we only do one a year. So what we do this year, we do it different every year. But this year, what we did is it's seasonal. So there is a section for each of the 4 seasons. And then we make sure we've got 9 travel regions in the state, and we make sure that all of our partners are in there, and we have a big chart that tells us and make sure that everything's in there. But we always try to make sure that if you got last year's guide, you want this one, that there's new content in it. It's not the same thing. So
I imagine that people probably save these as collector's items. So, I mean, just, to have them every year.
They do. And just to give you some idea of, the following that these have built. So we ran out in mid-December and started taking pre-orders for the 2026 guide. And since mid-December, we've had 85,000 people request one of these. So that's how long my pre-order list is. And then since yesterday, when the governor made the announcement, we've had another 10,000.
All right. Yeah, because the figure we had, which would have been based on yesterday, it was 85,874.
That's it.
That was total. And now we've added another 10 onto that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And yesterday's number was a 450% increase over the previous year. So this morning I had our team look at them. I'm like, how many of these are people that got one last year? And it's about half and half. People who have received one in the past, or people who are new, who are seeing our ads out there and are just looking to learn more about West Virginia.
Wow. It's apparently people are interested in us. And it's not just us. That's the thing. I mean, if it were to, it's great that we have pride in our state and we want these things, but these orders all aren't coming from West Virginia.
No, absolutely not. They're all over the country. We have one from every state and countries all over the world. So we're excited. To me, this isn't just about the book and the number of people. It's about people raising their hand and saying, I want to learn more about West Virginia. That's a place I want to go. That hasn't always been the case. We haven't always been on all those destination lists. Travel and Leisure wasn't saying until a couple of years ago that West Virginia was a great place. In 2025, BBC listed us as one of the top travel destinations in the world. And those things.
And they're in England.
Yeah.
That's over there.
That's over there. And those things all add up. And that's, those are the things with our ads that make people want to order this and make this want to learn more about the state.
Talk about the team that helps put this together, because I know that you've got a great team of people, and it would not be possible without the effort of the team.
This is a huge team effort. So this is one of our biggest projects of the year. So I've got a great PR director, Lauren. So shout out to Lauren and her entire team. But this is really collectively about our whole office. It's about people on our team who are going out, exploring, sending back recommendations, people in the field from our convention and visitors bureaus who are saying, hey, check out this new restaurant or this new Airbnb or this new attraction. But it's also, there's a lot of people who are involved in the process. So, right now I've got close to 100,000 orders for these. And those all have to be put in envelopes. Those all have to be addressed. Those have to be sent out. So we use a great sheltered workshop here in Charleston that helps us with that. And then our entire office at the Department of Tourism will be over there next week for a couple of days, helping get that big rush of the 95,000 out.
Stuffing them.
Stuffing them.
It's got to get in there somewhere. We're talking to Tourism Commodore. Rob Reel, I know, is listening, and Rob Reel from our sister station 96.1 KWS. He'll come up with a good, because he's nobody better than coming up with titles for people than what Rob Reel is. So we'll get you a different title. Talk about the amount of people that came to West Virginia last year of tourism.
Yeah, last year was a record year for us, highest year in the state's history. We had over $9 billion in economic impact, and when I look at individual people, our estimates show over 77 million. Think about that for a second. We're a state of less than 1.8 million people. Mm-hmm. We had 77 million visitors. Now, those aren't all unique. So if you came to the state 4 or 5 times, you're going to count in that. But that's an incredible, incredible number. Yesterday was Tourism Day at the legislature, and we had buttons that we passed out that said 9 billion. Mm-hmm. And I was so proud yesterday to put that on, and it reminded me of one of my first years in this job. We passed out buttons that said 5 billion. Those numbers have just grown so quickly. And when we're looking at the rest of the country, there's all these negative stories right now about Las Vegas and other big destinations where they're seeing visitation go down. They're not seeing their numbers increase. And so I'm really fortunate that we've been allowed by the governor and the legislature to continue investing in tourism, to continue getting that message out, and happy to see that we continue to have that interest, not just in people who want to order a vacation guide, but people who are actually getting the vacation guide or seeing things online and actually planning those trips and coming here.
Why are people coming here? I mean, what are they looking at? What are the 2 or 3 things? I mean, because sometimes we think, okay, if we go, and I'm going to say we go to D.C., we're going to go to the Smithsonian, we're going to go to all these things. We go to Vegas, we're going to go here, whatever. But sometimes people just go and just look at things. I know we have things in West Virginia, but sometimes people just want to go and see. But what are people looking at when they come here?
Yeah, so our research shows the number one thing is they want to go to an uncrowded place. So we've got these big metropolitan areas all around us, and people want to escape the crowds. They want to get out of the cities. They want to go to more rural destinations, and they even consider places like Charleston rural. So, if you think about people
We think
DC,
about Charleston being a big city, but in the big picture of things, it's not.
It's not. So, people want uncrowded places. They want beautiful scenic places. They want places that are pretty. And again, those of us who are blessed to live here, we don't always think about how pretty it is here, but it's incredible. And then they also want authentic experiences. So they want to live like a local. They don't want to go to a touristy area. They want to go to a place and have a real experience. So you think about, this time of year, you think about going to Tucker County to go skiing. That's a true mountain town. That's not a big commercialized thing.
Yeah. It's not Gatlinburg. And I don't mean anything negative against Gatlinburg. It's got its place. But
it all has its place. But in West Virginia, I think what we're selling is not that. What we're selling is a true uncrowded mountain town.
Yeah.
So whether that mountain town is Davis or whether it's Charleston or Huntington or Wheeling, those are all uncrowded mountain towns with incredible landscapes.
All right. And it's kind of interesting you talk about people coming to here. I know with the Stern Wheel Regatta, the areas that people come from, we think, okay, well, they're going to come from Charleston, and they're going to come from Huntington, or they're going to come from the coal fields, whatever. The areas that people come from for the Stern Wheel Regatta, and Tim Brady and those folks have put together the information. It's Pittsburgh, and it's D.C. Those are the number one. And now, granted, there are a lot of ex-West Virginians, maybe ex-Charlestonians that live in the D.C. Metroplex or live in Pittsburgh, but the areas that the two top areas that people come to the Charleston Stern Wheel Regatta from are Pittsburgh and Washington, D.C.
Yep, absolutely they are. And if you look at that, hats off to the mayor for continuing to build that and make that an event that people want to travel for. And then to Tim and his team at the CVB, they're doing a great job of marketing it. So not just, sending out mailers or TV, commercials wide into the world. They're doing targeted marketing in Pittsburgh and DC and in those different places to tell about the event. And again, to tell about the mountain town, to tell about the uncrowded places, to tell about these things. So, those things don't happen accidentally. That's a lot of work that the city and the Convention and Visitors Bureau do, but it pays off. Those people are coming to West Virginia. They're staying in our hotels. They're eating in our restaurants. They're leaving their money here. And the best part of it is that, in West Virginia, our return visitation rate's so high. So about as many as 88% of people who come to West Virginia come back. So, we've got to work really hard to get them here for that first time, to get them to start thinking about West Virginia as a vacation destination. But it's the locals who do a great job of providing that experience that makes them want to keep coming back year after year.
Like I've done a lot of work in the past. We're talking with Chelsea Ruby, West Virginia Tourism Secretary. I've done a lot of work in the past with the Hatfield-McCoy Trail. And, I have talked to people from upstate New York. I've talked to people from as far away as Alaska. I've talked to people from foreign countries. And they have said about, and I'm just using this as an example, I'm saying Hatfield-McCoy Trail, you can put in whitewater rafting. You can put in ski trips. You can put in whatever you want to. People looked at me and said, you don't know what you have here in West Virginia. And sometimes I know you're not you got here, as I say, you got here as quickly as you could. All right. But I'm a native West Virginian. And you're right. We don't know what we have here because it's like people at the beach. You go to talk to somebody at the beach and go, yeah, it's a beach. There's water right down the road. It's like you don't really think about it. But we really don't know what we have here, Chelsea.
We don't. And, the other thing is West Virginia is growing. It's getting better. There's new things coming every single year. I talk to people all the time and they'll say, what should we go do? Where should we go? Have we done this or that? And I love it when they say no, because there's new tourism attractions. There's new restaurants. There's new things to do. So, to folks listening at home, if you're from West Virginia and you're sure you have done everything there's to do in this state, order one of these guides because I promise you there's something in here that you haven't done.
Yeah, there's things about this state that all of us don't know in places that we have. I've traveled this state from one end to the other. I haven't done everything, and I know there's areas that I still haven't been yet, but I will. Eventually. Because the thing I think sometimes people forget about West Virginia, and I've been laughed at for saying this in the past, when I say West Virginia is a diverse state. And what I mean by that is it's a diverse state. And I'm looking at it maybe even from, a sociological standpoint or a business standpoint or whatever. You couldn't get any more different than Martinsburg and, say, Williamson. And I'm not saying one's better, one's bigger, one's bigger, but, I'm just saying they're just different. And the areas of Wheeling as opposed to Elkins or it's amazing to me how different the areas are.
Yeah, so when we do our promotion, we divide the state into 9 travel regions. And when I first started, I said, this is too many. We got to simplify. I need 3 or 4. It's too hard to do it. And then I started looking at them, and they're really different. They're different places. I can't combine the New River Greenbrier Valley with the Hatfield-McCoy Mountains. They're different places. They're different experiences. They're different geographically. Same thing with the Mid-Ohio Valley. It's just different than the Eastern Panhandle and the Northern Panhandle. So, we've really got the state divided up. And I think that, one thing that's different about West Virginia than a lot of other vacation destinations is the different types of landscapes and experiences. If you think about fall foliage in West Virginia, our fall season here is almost double what it is in a place like Vermont because of the difference in elevations. Mm-hmm. The fall leaves will peak in, Snowshoe, Tucker County 6 weeks before we start seeing color here. So, we have these long extended seasons. We have different landscapes. And because of the geography and the elevations, there's different seasons everywhere, too. So there's a lot to do, to see.
I want to talk quickly, before we let you go, about the culinary scene in West Virginia, because, that's what always appeals to me most. I know in Charleston this week, God bless them, they're trying to have restaurant week here in Charleston week, and some of the restaurants weren't able to open because of the weather, and they couldn't get their staff in. So, but let's talk about the culinary scene in West Virginia, because that's why we do the Friday Lunch Spot segment.
Yep.
We got it going on as far as the culinary scene in West Virginia.
We do, and I would say if there's something that we have going on in West Virginia that people don't know about, the number one on my list would be culinary. People don't realize we have really, really talented chefs in West Virginia.
We have a James Beard Award winner, and we've had other James Beard nominees, and just had another one.
And they just had another one. It's great. It's that's a thing that I think we don't do as good a job as we can of telling the story. I actually had a meeting just yesterday about how do we tell that story differently and better. And we've done some fun, innovative things. We did a project with Chef Paul here in Charleston last year where we put together West Virginia food boxes. So they were kind of like those HelloFresh boxes that you get in the mail.
Yeah, we talked about that, yeah.
Yeah, and we mailed them out to food editors all across the country. So there's things like that we try to do. But I think over the next year, you're going to see more coming out from our team on promoting the incredible culinary talent we have here in West Virginia. And, sometimes that's about a place like Polly's, but sometimes it's about West Virginia hot dogs and pepperoni rolls.
Can't go wrong with any of those.
Yep.
All the above. All right. We'll end with this. Marketing to the rest of the country and the rest of the world.
Yep.
Where are we seeing West Virginia's messaging go out of West Virginia?
Yeah, so West Virginia's messaging is seen literally across the country and around the world. So the biggest area of emphasis we have is a 5-hour driving distance from West Virginia. So if you think about our state's borders, we go 5 hours outside of that. And then places where West Virginia has direct flights. So, that hits most of our major airports on the East Coast. And then from there, what we do is we target people based on interests. So let's say that you're somebody and you live in Colorado and you really like rock climbing. We might be targeting you, not because you're in Colorado, but because you like rock climbing. So really and truly, based on what you like, there's people all across the country right now today seeing West Virginia ads.
And we're going to see a Super Bowl ad, right?
Maybe the legislature will give me more money. Those of you who are listening to this, let your legislators know we need more money. But no, honestly, I appreciate so much the support that we get from the governor and the legislature that does let us tell this message loud and clear all around the world.
Chelsea Ruby, the tourism commissioner / secretary / person in charge. And we didn't even talk about your boots.
Yes, I have on snow boots. I didn't put on real shoes today.
Yeah, just kidding. She came in the studio and she was talking about, I told her that she'd be on Metro News TV, and she said, something about her snow boots. And you said, and you were speaking at the legislature, and somebody
else
who was it? Who was it? Jason Barrett that did that? Jason Barrett at the legislature come out and said, we'd like to commend her on her boots or something like that.
I've got to get real shoes.
No, right now you don't. Because right now, as we were talking before we go, nothing matters this week. No matter what you wear, there's no time, there's no kids in school. There's nothing. You said you had kids. Are your kids are they ready to get back at it or what?
They are actually in school today. So
okay.
Thank goodness they are back.
Yeah,
so they're back.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Chelsea Ruby, West Virginia Tourism Secretary. I appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. It was fun.
All right, we'll take a break. Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. Get your calls, get your texts ready. 1-800-765-TALK. That is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Back after this. Stay with us.
Brighten your mornings with Tudor's $5 Sunrise Specials. Enjoy our Mary B, egg, crispy bacon, and cheese on our buttery biscuit, loaded with more bacon than the rest. Or try the Ron, featuring a bigger, hearty sausage patty topped with egg and cheese on a biscuit so delicious you'll savor every bite. Each combo comes with crispy hash browns and your choice of coffee or iced tea, all for just $5. Warm up winter mornings with this hot deal. Available for a limited time.
The Mountain State's premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show returns to Milan Park in Morgantown March 7th and 8th. Over 100,000 square feet of campers and RVs, boats and ATVs, hunting and fishing supplies, guns, knives, and more. Limited vendor space is now available. To put your products and services in front of over 10,000 outdoor enthusiasts, visit WVOutdoorSportsShow.com. The 24th Annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, presented by Can-Am, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown, a WVRC media event.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
It's Toyotathon, and we're determined to make this the best one yet. Starting now, when you purchase any brand new Tundra or Tacoma, you'll drive away with a personalized Dan Cava Yeti cooler. This December, unwrap incredible deals like 2.99% for 72 months on 2026 Tundras. Snow, sleet, or holiday travel, your perfect winter ride is waiting for you. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Hey, welcome in, everybody, one and all. Got some breaking news to get to.
The most powerful radio show in West Virginia.
And the people absolutely love it.
That's something you're going to have to watch.
It's Metro News Talk Line.
Statewide Sports Line.
Metro News Midday.
The Metro News Hotline.
Game night.
Three guys before the game.
That's a good combination.
And it's on.
Metro News.
The voice of West Virginia.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Welcome back to the show. Coming up on 2:29, almost 2:30. Yeah. I got a text a minute ago, one-word text from my wife that said pavement. So that either means that she can actually see the pavement at this point, or I'm going to hit the pavement when I go home and she's going to hit me. I don't know, but that's one word. It just said pavement. Chelsea Ruby, Tourism Secretary, and I were talking about the culinary scene in West Virginia. Good time for me to remind you that tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we will do our weekly Lunch Spot program where we put another great eatery around the state of West Virginia in the spotlight. But we need you to tell us where we need to visit tomorrow. All we need is about a 10-minute interview with the owner, the manager. We're going to talk about their favorite things on the menu, what customers like, so on and so forth, the history. You know what I'm talking about. Drop us an email, midday@wvmetronews.com, midday@wvmetronews.com, or reach out to either Amanda or myself on social media. It's Metro News Midday. And now we'll go to the Metro News Anchor Desk for a check of local news. You're listening to Midday on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. A major employer in Tucker County has announced its closure.
Workers who showed up for the day at Matiki Coal's Mountain View Mine in Tucker County Thursday received the difficult news. The company plans to close the mine permanently and will lay off all 199 workers of the operation. Located on Corridor H between Davis and Mount Storm, the mine is the last coal operation in Tucker County and provides sizable revenue to both Tucker and Grant counties. The layoffs will take effect April 1st, according to the warn notice provided to the Tucker County Commission, and it indicated there were no plans to restart the operation. The company, part of Alliance Coal, offered no reason for the decision to shut down. I'm Chris Lawrence, WVMetroNews.com.
Barge traffic is shut down on the Ohio River at the Willow Island Lock and Dam in Pleasance County. The lock walls are covered with ice. Lockmaster Jason Casto says it's just been too cold and the ice has taken over.
We was maintaining as best we could up until yesterday, and then it got so cold because we were trying to dethaw things with propane torches that the propane bottles were freezing.
Casto says right now there are a total of 7 barges stuck on either side of the lock and dam. You can see photos of that ice in a story posted right now at WVMetroNews.com. Meanwhile, lots of sunshine in the state today. Still cold, though. Temperatures in the mid-20s. You're listening to Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Brighten your mornings with Tudor's $5 sunrise specials. Enjoy our Mary B, egg, crispy bacon, and cheese on our buttery biscuit, loaded with more bacon than the rest. Or try the Ron, featuring a bigger, hearty sausage patty topped with egg and cheese on a biscuit so delicious you'll savor every bite. Each combo comes with crispy hash browns and your choice of coffee or iced tea, all for just $5. Warm up winter mornings with this hot deal. Available for a limited time.
The Mountain State's premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show returns to Milan Park in Morgantown March 7th and 8th. Over 100,000 square feet of campers and RVs, boats and ATVs, hunting and fishing supplies, guns, knives, and more. Limited vendor space is now available. To put your products and services in front of over 10,000 outdoor enthusiasts, visit WVOutdoorSportsShow.com. The 24th Annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, presented by Can-Am, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown, a WVRC media event.
The state Senate passing a bill today that would allow the Aiken Bible to be available in certain public school classrooms that are studying American history. Supporters of the bill say the Aiken Bible will be a resource available to students. It will not be a theology class. Senate Education Committee beginning to discuss a teacher pay raise. The measure would raise the minimum starting salary for a teacher to $50,000. The average new teacher now makes about $43,000. Read more on the bill at our website. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
Every day, we fight to preserve magnificent places and wildlife, to keep our water and air safe, and to advance clean energy and combat climate change. We're Earth Justice, a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. We're Earth Justice, and we're here because the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights and wins more cases on the environment than we do. Want to join us in this fight? The time is now. Go to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. 26 away from 3 o'clock. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Open line, West Virginia. It's coming up. 1-800-765-TALK. 1-800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. As I said yesterday, or maybe the day before, I don't know. All the days are running together. This has been the longest week and I've never been one of those people that's always said, man, can you believe it's already Christmas time or whatever? It's like, it's time, man. It's all the same. But this week is different. It's what Chelsea Ruby and I were just talking about. It's like nothing matters anymore. What people wear, nothing, just time just basically stood still in West Virginia. But I can report that here in the Charleston area, we have a giant yellow ball up in the sky. And it's been that way for most of the day, at least here in the capital city. And the white powdery stuff and the really, really difficult to move, hard slick stuff under it is starting to somewhat go away. Now, is it going away in the next 2 days? No, it's not. But it's a sign, because I, for one, would be very happy to be able to just simply walk again across a parking lot, across the sidewalk. That's what I would want. And I was talking this morning with meteorologist Brian Hughes about that, and I said, here in this part of the state, Charleston, the metroplex here, we got that mix of rain, freezing rain, snow, regular rain, all the stuff. And then, way north of here, Wheeling, for example, they got all snow, okay? But what we got here, had it all been just snow, at least here, some of it, we'd be somewhat back to normal by now. But we're not, because I've talked to people and I've talked to, received text from people that have not been able. Billy Cornwell and I were talking about that, about some folks down in Wayne County that have not been able to get out of their hollow since Saturday because of the ice. And this is not snow we're talking about. This is actual ice. So hopefully we're going to get it behind us a little bit. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Let's get to some text. Your phone calls, of course, are always welcome, too. Text says, state worker pay raises, not a lot, compared to the upcoming cost of the No Hope Scholarship, says the texter. Text says, goes right along with what I was just saying. For the love of God, ice, please melt. That's a texter. Yeah, you got some waiting to do on that. Text says, on the Bible, the arguments miss the significance of the Aiken Bible. It's not about having a Bible in the classroom. It's about a piece of American history that I don't know about you. I'd never learned about in school. I did not. And again, I am the first to admit I'm the son of a Sunday school superintendent. I grew up going to church. I have my faith, okay? It's probably different than what a lot of people's are, but it's different. I had not heard of the Aiken Bible. I had not. I grew up with a father who was a wonderful man, but if it were anything other than the King James, I could remember one time going to church with him, because my parents divorced, and so I stayed with my dad a lot and my stepmother, but I didn't actually live there. But I do remember staying there one weekend, and if you stayed at my dad's house, you went to church. I mean, he didn't care if you're 70 years old, you go to church. And so out of respect, I'd spent the night there. I went to church with him, and I had a Bible, and I carried my Bible in, and it's like a newer translation Bible or whatever. And I may as well have carried a Black Sabbath album into the church as to carry my newer version Bible, whatever it was. But appreciate the text. Text says, check the weather, you moron. It's warming this weekend. No, it's actually not. Temperatures are going down. Matter of fact, this Saturday is going to be the coldest day of the year. So I appreciate the text. I could have done without the moron part, but the temperature's not going up this weekend. It's actually going down. It's going to be the coldest, at least where I am sitting right now. It is going to be the coldest. Saturday is going to be the coldest day of the entire year. Okay, so no, it's not going up this weekend. It's actually going down. It looks like most areas of the state, are going to miss the big snowstorm that everybody was predicting. It looks like it's going to hit, some wraparound snows in the eastern mountains and areas like that, and certainly Brian Hughes tells me in the Carolinas, Virginia Beach, areas like that, but West Virginia not going to be impacted as much. Some areas could see a couple of inches of snow, especially southern West Virginia on into the east, but not necessarily all of us. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, Republicans finally starting to realize Trump is not a Republican and he isn't conservative. Now we know he's anti-gun too. I mean, I don't know that I would want to call the president anti-gun, but I will say that he's made some statements, especially after the situation in Minneapolis, that have some gun rights people really scratching their head. I will say that. And I've said, this is just my opinion, okay? I've said for a long time, President Trump is not conservative. I mean, you can like him, you can not like him. I certainly like certain policies, but he's not conservative, okay, by the true definition. I mean, not at all. And to be honest with you, a lot of folks, I think, in the Republican Party need to learn what conservatism is. But that's just Mr. Ex-Republican talking here. 1-800-765-TALK, text 304-TALK 304. Text says, people wonder why politicians don't want to do town halls. Did you see what happened to a lady in Minnesota? Yeah, Representative Omar a couple days ago was, and of course you've heard about it or seen the video by now, I'm sure, giving a speech, and a person came up to her, squirted her with some liquid. Of course, the other people that don't necessarily aren't on their side are saying the whole thing was staged, because that's what we do. And if something happens, we say it was staged, just like they said the Trump assassination was staged, whatever. But I can understand, to be honest with you, the hesitance or the caution that many elected officials have about having town halls. There have been people in West Virginia that has taken Senator Capito to task, others and I'm just saying her and others, for not having town halls. But look at what happens at a lot of town halls right now. I mean, I see where they're coming from. Text says, you got ice coming around everywhere, frozen ground. Don't fret. Just stay loose. Use beet juice. Your ice scraper is junk. The winters just run amok. To complain, it's no use. Use beet juice. That's our resident rhyming expert that we get from time to time here on the show. This whole thing with beet juice has kind of got me. Beet juice has become it's become the go-to thing right now. Remember how years ago avocado was the thing, and everybody had to have avocado toast. You had to have avocado this, and everybody, I've got to have avocado. I love avocado. But that was the thing. Wine was the thing for a while. Craft beer was the thing. Salsa. Apparently now, it's beet juice. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, I'll be glad when the Republican Party moves past MAGA so I can join again. Says a text. Man, did I just text the show myself? Text says, how was hail measured before golf was invented? That's a Ryan Nicholson question right there. That's something that, Ryan, I'm going to give you an assignment. Sit and think about that. How did we describe hail before golf was invented? Or on the golf course, do we say, that golfer's got some hail size? Okay, I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to say something that's going to sound really, really bad and get me fired, and I need the job because right now I need the health insurance. 2:43, it's Open Line West Virginia, going way off the rails. We'll take a break and come back after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Come to Dan Cava GMC this holiday season and find a truck built for every winter moment. From the GMC Canyons that are now up to $2,500 off to the 2,500 GMC Sierras that are now up to $5,000 off, and the Sierra 1500s that are now up to $10,000 off. We've got the winter-ready trucks that your family can count on. Come see us today at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thora!
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Hey, welcome in, everybody, one and all.
Got some breaking news to get to.
The most powerful radio show in West Virginia.
And the people absolutely love it.
That's something you're going to have to watch.
It's Metro News Talk Line.
Statewide Sports Line.
Metro News Midday.
The Metro News Hotline.
Game night.
3 guys before the game.
That's a good combination.
And it's on.
Metro News.
The voice of West Virginia.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the show. 13 minutes away from 3. I just wonder how parents that have their kids, it's a NTI day, I think, in 50, whatever they call it, 55 count. I called it a UTI day the other day. I think that was wrong. 55 counties right now are doing these non-traditional days, and I was just, perusing social media there during the break looking for content that I can fill the next 13 minutes with. And my man Woody Woods on our sister station here in Charleston, 107.3 The Beat, has, if you're not following Woody Woods on social media, you definitely need to. But somebody, he was asking about school not being in person, and of course it's because the back roads are still in pretty bad shape because of the cold temperatures as well. Some lady commented on Woody's page and said, "Get these kids out of my house. I'm turning tables over like Jesus did right now." Get these kids out of my house. I don't know. I thought it was funny. 1-800 because I don't have kids. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304 Talk 304. Text says you should ask a guest sometime if they'd be willing to teach the historical significance of the Jefferson Bible as well and explain why he modified his so heavily, says the texter. Text says, Dave, I thought you had a title. The other host, LOL. Yeah. I'll take that. As long as I have the title of host, I'm fine. Which is going okay, as Weekly would say, for now. Text says the real purpose of the tourism book is so the gentleman from New Jersey can learn about West Virginia since he's only been to Charleston and Charlestown. Text says, so the West Virginia Senate approved teaching the Bible as a history book. Actually, the Bible is the inspired word of God. These white so-called Christian nationalists are probably atheist or agnostic. They are using voters who are sincere but not looking closely at these charlatans, says the texter. Text says, headed to a job interview. Good luck to me. Well, good luck. Unless you're interviewing for my job. In that case, not good luck. Text says, I'm a historian, and this is the first time I've ever heard of that particular Bible. Text says, Trump says he has the authority to take people's guns and limit magazines if he wants. Won't happen with me. Text says, Dave just want people to know that there are elections or votes are secure. DOJ raided Georgia election offices and took people's ballots. This is a state issue, not federal, says a texter. Text says, Dave, my son was eligible for his learner's permit this week and came down with the flu the day before. It's also the first time we've had snow worth inviting friends over to sled ride. He was bummed and said life sucks. I told him about you, your diagnosis, and your positive attitude. We had a great chat, and his attitude changed. Thanks for being an example to a young man many hours away from your broadcast booth. Cheers and prayers for your journey. Now, how do you top that? I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Text says, please let your state legislators know they should vote no to SB 600. This short-sighted mess only steals from hardworking students instead of fixing the education funding formula, says texter. Text says, I applaud Senator Taylor for demanding justice in the sad case of that little girl from Grafton. Text says, well, goes along with the other text. How's your health? My health is good. I'm in a holding pattern right now. How's that? As many of you have I've said on the show before that I was diagnosed with cancer, and right now I'm just kind of weighing the options and seeing what's next. One thing about it though, I'm still going to be here until they carry me out of here, unless that other guy that was interviewing for a job gets my job. Text says people just need to chill about the weather. See what you did there. It's going to do what it's going to do. Text says, Dave, have you ever noticed how Republicans are all about small government until it's something they're interested in? 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, I'm really tired of talking about the weather. You need to talk about NASCAR and baseball. Well, I'm always up for a good baseball conversation. I'm not nearly... Weekly's over here like, ooh, me. He's like over like the kid on Welcome Back Kotter going, me, ooh. I'll say I grew up a huge NASCAR fan. I'm such a huge fan. I remember when there were only like 2 or 3 NASCAR races on a year, big Richard Petty fan. Every kid in the 70s and 80s was a Petty fan, and I kind of transitioned to some other drivers. I have a hard time following NASCAR these days because, number one, all the sponsors change and every week. And it's kind of hard to root for, Petty was STP 43. Earnhardt was Good Ranch. Before that, he was Wrangler. It's just kind of hard when all the sponsors change. The cars all look exactly alike. And, back in the day, if somebody drove a Dodge Charger, it looked like a Dodge Charger you'd actually see on the street just with paint on it. Now, you can't tell in NASCAR what's a Mustang, what's a Camry, they all look the same. So I still follow it mainly to see who won the races, but as far as watching, not. But baseball, yeah. And this is the year, Weekly, for the Cincinnati Reds. Just so you know, this is the year. I called it for the Cowboys. This is the year for the Cincinnati Reds. Text says, never thought so-called Republicans would be against the Bible in the classroom. Very disappointing. I'm not going there. Text says, why are the legislators concerned about Bibles and dirty billboards and not the water in Wayne County? Now that one I go with. If you followed this billboard thing, that there was some talk, I think it was yesterday, about banning billboards that have suggestive advertising on it, like the strip clubs and whatever, and that we would not allow those. If it's a legal institution, okay, but thank goodness those people weren't around during the Coppertone ad days, and if you know, you know. 2:53, we'll wrap it up after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
It's Toyotathon, and we're determined to make this the best one yet. Starting now, when you purchase any brand new Tundra or Tacoma, you'll drive away with a personalized Dan Cava Yeti cooler. This December, unwrap incredible deals like 2.99% for 72 months on 2026 Tundras. Snow, sleet, or holiday travel, your perfect winter ride is waiting for you. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world!
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Hey, welcome in, everybody, one and all. We've got some breaking news to get to.
The most powerful radio show in West Virginia.
And the people absolutely love it.
That's something you're going to have to watch.
It's Metro News Talk Line.
Statewide Sports Line.
Metro News Midday.
The Metro News Hotline.
Game night.
3 guys before the game.
That's a good combination.
And it's on.
Metro News.
The voice of West Virginia.
Welcome back to the show. We got about 3 minutes away from the top of the hour. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Dave Allen, Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, Stephanie and Ryan doing the thing. Weekly, I got to tell you a Stephanie Pauly story. Okay.
Oh, good.
Our
we need
producer,
some.
Stephanie.
We need some dirt on her.
No, it's not really. Well, I went to college with her.
Okay.
I got dirt. Okay, if I don't, I'll make it up. So Stephanie is really good and about feeding us information, during the show, in addition to doing everything else that she's doing. And so I was talking with a gentleman that does ham radio operator, which I forgot to ask him where the name ham operators come from. But anyway, she'll tell me in a minute.
Okay.
So in our Teams message, Stephanie will send information. And because I asked the gentleman, I said, well, when did ham radio first become a thing? And before he could answer, she had me an answer. I was like, I could fact check the guy. No, buddy, it wasn't during the Taylor administration, but whatever. I figured out what Stephanie is. Okay. It's like she's a human pop-up video. You remember
Nice.
pop-up video?
Yeah. Absolutely,
Okay?
yeah.
All right, of course we do, okay? Because it's like while I'm talking to him, I said, well, so give us the history of ham radio. Boom, pops up on my phone. Ham radio first came in 1920. I was like,
You know, it's not like Stephanie's in another part of the building. I mean, she's like 10 feet away. She's just on the other side of that door.
Well, I don't want her walking in and saying, "Hey, this is."
Hey,
what
man.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting about ham radio.
Yeah, it is.
Did you have a CB radio?
I did as
Did
a
you?
kid. Well, my dad did, and I used to get on it sometimes. Do you remember? That'd be a good question of the day for you. If you had one, what was your handle? I don't remember that. I don't remember that part, what my handle was.
Yeah, my wife was into CB radios for a while. Yeah. Everybody was after Smokey and the Bandit, man.
Oh, yeah. And I'm thinking about when that was in my life. Yeah, that would have been like 77, 78 when I was 7 or 8 years old. So, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I love me a good Smokey and the Bandit.
Me too.
I'm flipping through the channels. My wife goes, "Oh, God, it's on. It's on again." Yeah. That and Caddyshack, like I'm just waiting on a different ending. What do you got on the show?
Today is the anniversary of the introduction of the iPad.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about tablets. How many you got? What do you use them for?
I got one.
What's your story?
I got one.
Okay.
All right. I use it basically.
One since 2010?
No, I got mine a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had the original. All right, that's that. There show's coming up on many of these same Metro News stations. I'll be back tomorrow at noon. Till then, have fun and love somebody.